Hi everyone, here I am with the video that I promised. Today we are speaking about hopelessness and how you can begin by working on it by following 3 simple strategies. Hopelessness is feeling stuck in a cycle of negative thoughts that make you doubt yourself and become an obstacle in your growth. They prevent you to shine at your workplace or bring that amazing business idea to life or just be happy. The good news is that hopelessness is a learned behavior, which also means you can unlearn it just like you learned it. Here's an example to illustrate it. Let's say you're currently going through a really tough time, a crisis of sorts, and someone gives you a certain date and says, by this date, your crisis will be over and you'll be liberated from all your suffering. Now, no matter how long away that date is in the future, it immediately gives us hope, making it easier to go through one day at a time. Objectively speaking, nothing has changed in your life, but for you, something definitely has. In reality, you may have no such date given to you. So how do you still train your brain into helping you move forward? Here is step number 1. Identify your type of inner voice. We all have one. What's your type? You may be using words like always, never, everyone that make problems appear bigger than they are, or passing negative judgments that undermine your presence. Like, the culture here is like that. Youngsters these days, people are so lethargic. Some of us love using victimizing words. Poor me, no one cares, no one appreciates me. Why me again? Why is it always me? Or using words like I'm stupid, I'm not enough, I'm not smart. Identify your pattern in your inner voice. That will help you become aware. Step number 2. Identify the triggers for you. When do you tend to use them the most? Is it with the same set of people? When you're under stress? When you think something's happened that you didn't deserve? When you're at home? What's happening around you? Who are the people around you? What's happening inside you when your inner voice is the most active? Knowing your triggers will give you more control. And finally, once you're aware of 1 and 2, it's time for step number 3. Reframe what's happening and take your brain towards hope and action. For example, just like the date example, figure out what you can say to your brain that will take it towards action. Instead of asking yourself, will this ever end? Your brain is likely to say never. Replace this question by a what or a how specific question. What can I undo? Or what can I do now to make this better? Nudge your brain towards the next action. Trust me, this works and you start seeing new possibilities. Now here are 2 bonus tips that I want to share with you. First, every time you use words like always, everyone, nobody, never, you're just making the problem sound bigger. You're just sending yourself a message that it's not possible. Confront your brain and stop yourself then and there from using those words. Second, every time you're speaking to yourself, speak to yourself in third person. So for example, I would say this to myself, Bhavna, now that this has happened, what do you think you can do next? Bhavna, I want you to focus your energy on the next step, on the next action. And finally, Bhavna, it's time to say goodbye to the people and close the video. But before I do that, friends, do try out these strategies and tips and tell me how these helped you to cope up with your limiting beliefs and hopelessness in your life. Thank you.